Hi, in this video we're going to be talking about strings. So one thing to note is that all strings in Golang are mutable. It means that you can change the value of strings again and again and again. So to define a string, you simply do rm1 string, and you can do m1 is equal to my name. You can simply print out m1. It's as simple as that. For initialization in one line, you can also do this: m1 colon equals to my name, and it's still gonna work. So to check the mutability of the string, I can simply do this. I can update it. So we got an error over here. That is because the colon equal to sign is only used for declaration. It's not used for assignment. For assignment, we only have a single equal to. So once you've declared a variable, a memory is allocated for this variable. You don't need to initialize it anymore. You can only change the value after that. Here, we were able to update the variable. So with strings, we also have a lot of string functions. So let's say we got two variables called m1 and m2, and we can do a name. Yeah. So if we want to check m2 contains m1 or not, let's see if we can do that. So we can simply do a strings dot contains m1 m2, and it's gonna print out a boolean value true. That's because m2 is contained in m1. This is a really useful function to find substrings in a larger string, and there are a lot of functions defined on a string. So you can do a strings dot replace all. So I can replace all of the m's in my m1 with no. Let's see what happens, and I'm going to comment out m2 because we're not using that anymore. Look at this. So all of the m's were replaced by no's by using the strings dot replace all. And there are a lot of different functions, like we can split a string according to its delimiters. And what stripping essentially does is you specify a delimiter, and what happens is if you want to split a string by, let's say, space. So my name contains one space, so this is going to be one object, this is going to be second object, and it's going to form an array of those. So strings are split, we simply enter our string and we enter the delimiter, and it's going to return an array back to us. So the string is m1, the delimiter here is space. So let's see what happens. Here an array was returned. So in this video we learned a lot about strings and how to function with strings, how to concatenate strings, split strings. And concatenation is actually really simple. So you simply do a m1 plus m2 over here, m1 plus m2, done. And so any doubt with the strings function, you can type strings dot, and you can read up the description of everything, and you can do a control plus space bar, and then you can do enter to enter that function in this. Thank you.